Do we still believe this book, Christianity? Sorry, let me rephrase it before I get into trouble. Do we still preach this book? Or does grace mean you can do what you want to with the rest of the scriptures? Custom to custom, verse 8. Owe no man anything. Tell me, do you obey God? This is the love of God, that we keep His commandments. What do you think love is to God? I mean, your definition. Singing lovely hymns? Attending church? This is the love of God. This is what it means to love God, John says in 1 John 5. That we keep His commandments. Owe no man anything. Will you ever in your life accept that as a commandment from God in the New Testament, not the old under the law, not legalistic bondage, but God's commandment, not request? The wicked borroweth and payeth not again. Well, if you don't pay your taxes, sorry, I'm not twisting it, you're wicked. Sorry. Otherwise, please get some scissors and start cutting all these verses out. But don't carry a Bible that you say you believe in and endeavor to follow if you don't intend ever to take every single word in that book. Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Oh, they hear, they read, but they never do. Will you? Do you? On this aspect of over 340 verses tonight, do you honestly think God didn't mean it? Tell me you sung, every one of you, take my silver and my gold, not a mite will I withhold. Tell me, have you ever sung it in truth, or did you lie? You literally lied! But it didn't matter, it's a song. It's beautiful harmonized, you know. It's not blasphemy to say God's name in hymns that I know I have nothing to do with. This isn't from my heart, I'll never do this. Oh, I'd be careful singing from now on, if I was you. Take my silver and my gold, not a mite will I withhold. Listen, that woman gave everything. She wasn't rich. That was her wealth, her store for everything that lay ahead in life. She gave without hesitation. She gave without thinking of the word sacrifice. When you're in love with Christ, that's the last words you will ever use as sacrifice. You only use the word privilege. But godliness with contentment is great gain. Godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world. We brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us therewith be content. But they that will be rich, fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Here, sir, come, open my books, every receipt for every cent, and every cent spent. Unless you can cry that out to the world, get out of the treasury. Mr. Treasurer, do you think the devil will let you get away with it? No ways. He's too powerful. You have no idea what. If he has up to now, he's just biding his time for the moment when he can do most damage to you. But you're not getting away with it. You have an enemy that won't let you, sir. Grace has nothing to do with compromise. I'm not asking you for anything from me. Anyone in this world knows. And if you don't know that, there's something wrong with you. I don't want anything from you. I live for one thing, sir, the smile of Christ. I do not care about the smile of man. Whether they bless me or curse me at the door doesn't mean a thing to me. All that matters to me is to get as fast as I can after I've preached along with Jesus and to know whether he smiles, whether their blood is off my hands, whether he said, well done. They can bless me at the door, they can curse, it doesn't matter. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? Even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead. Do you know what the Greek says there? Worthless! God says, your faith is worth nothing! Oh, don't you believe that? God would say that. Whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him? How can you possibly believe God is in you? He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his Maker, but he that honoureth him hath mercy on the poor. Proverbs 14 verse 21. He that hath mercy on the poor, happy is he. But whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. He shall have judgment without mercy that has showed no mercy. He shall have judgment without mercy that has showed no mercy. God promises. God promises. Proverbs 28 verse 27. He that giveth unto the poor, he that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, God promises. He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. God promises. God promises. I'm not bringing you a cry for money like most preachers who are carnal, destitute of the truth, will cry for money so much that until they saw you've given the last cent. Blood money. Knowing it's for them. I don't want that. I don't want that. But I do care about this. I want God's people to know what God says in this book. So, you've got to have integrity even what you give. Be careful that your left hand doesn't know what your right hand does. Otherwise God may strike you dead like he did Ananias and Sapphira, who didn't have to say they gave all, but they wanted to impress, you see. They may be seen of men, get glory for men. You can give everything you've got to impress the crowd. You won't let your left hand know what your right hand does. You make sure you'll only do it to impress the crowd, and you'll lie. You'll even lie to impress the crowd about what you're giving, won't you, Ananias and Sapphira? And as New Testament, you think the same God won't be that grieved that he could really hurt you? Be careful, sir. I've seen people fall down dead. A few in one day who stood and opposed God when I was preaching. Opposed what I was preaching. Be careful what you do with God's word, sir. Even how you listen to it. It will judge you. It will judge you, Christ said. Just how you listened and what you did as you realize what God was requiring of you.